Great evening, everyone, and happy Wednesday. Welcome to the Coach's Corner. We have 9:03 p.m. Eastern Time. My name is Nakia O'Shea, and I am one of the leaders on this team. I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your day. I hope you all have had an amazing day, but thank you for taking a few moments to spend some time with us. If you don't have any background noise, we'd love for you to take yourself off mute. If you do have background noise, then please, by all means, do me a favor and remain on mute. We'd love to have a conversation with you. As usual, when we have these calls, I'd like to try to share just some tidbits with you. And so today, I just want to share this. Maybe you're not stuck. Maybe God is waiting for you to move in faith without knowing the outcome. Forgive even when it feels impossible. Obey in the small ways first. Embrace the season of quiet with Him. Learn the lesson before you lead others. I'm going to repeat that. Learn the lesson before you lead others. Let go of what you think it must look like. Allow Him to minister to your broken places. Stop leaning on your own understanding. Address your excuses. Be strong enough to carry what He's called you to do. Let the work you do speak for you. The young man that's going to bring the information to us tonight, he definitely has a heart for the people. He definitely stands up for those that feel they don't have a voice. He is the people's coach. He is a documented six-figure income earner. He has been in this industry for over 25 years. He knows how to get to the money. He loves to have fun. He is a master trainer, mentor, coach, but as you all know, a friend to many of you. I would like to introduce to some, but present to others, Mr. Sonic Boom Jones. Mr. Jones, can you hear me, sir?
Oh man, I heard you loud and clear. That was an amazing word. But let me get confirmation. Can you hear me as well?
I can hear you, sir.
Perfect. Thank you so much for not only that introduction, but that amazing word today. I know that was meant for me and some other people that needed to hear that as well. Thank you for bringing it as you always do each and every week. Diamond Ambassador Extraordinaire, Miss Nikia Ray. Y'all give us some love in the chat. Today, I want to thank everybody who is joining us live. If you're watching the replay, well, you know what? Thank you for taking the time out your busy schedule to watch the replay. She said, my name is Coach Sonic Jones, and today we're gonna see if we can get out of here pretty early because I'm on vacation, and but I still wanted to make sure that I bring some value to the field, just to show my appreciation to you. All right, I didn't want to cancel this call because of my schedule, so I'm sitting in the hotel room right now. And I bought my trusty notebook. If you don't know, I have a book of notes that I'll write down thoughts, trainings, ideas, like that. And so when going through what I wanted to talk about today, across these 10 strategies that are guaranteed to supercharge your business if you adhere to them and put them into effect. Now, I'm going to say that last part is probably the most important part. If you do not have a pen and pad or something to take notes, I will kindly encourage you to go run now and get it. So thank you. I see Betty holding up a pen, and Tanya and Tommy and Jessica. So thank y'all for being very, very coachable. I'm going to say this. Network marketing forces you to grow. When you're doing it right and when you are doing it with your heart, it will force you to grow.
Turn off bedroom lamp.
Okay. I'm going to ask somebody to find whoever that was and mute them out. All right. To be successful, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to let you know that you have to have a servant heart. All right. Pay attention to what the top earners do. Find out what they're doing different than everyone else. Hone in on those type of things and start to duplicate that. You'll begin to have the success of those top earners. All right. So strategy number one, ladies and gentlemen, strategy number one to supercharge your business, personal growth. Now, here's the thing. Some of these you've heard them over and over again, and that's because the ideology doesn't change. It doesn't. Know what we know, and what works, works. Bottom line. But number one strategy to supercharge your business. This will in turn, develop your mindset. It will develop your posture. It will develop your belief system. Personal growth, I'll say that again, will develop your mindset, it will develop your posture, and it will develop your belief system. You need to be committed to becoming what we call a lifelong learner. Some of us went to school and thought as soon as we finish, whether it's high school or college or whatever, we are done. We don't got to listen. We don't got to take no more notes. We are done. But if you are in this industry and you want to truly have success, I'm going to tell you to throw that out the window because that is not true. You need to be committed to becoming a lifelong learner, ladies and gentlemen. All right. And here's the thing. You will never truly master life. Can anybody relate to that? Like, as hard as we try, as much as we learn, you'll never truly master life. All right, you got to be willing to read, listen, watch, attend, and associate. Say those again for those of you taking good notes. You have to be willing to read, listen, watch, attend, and associate. Okay? And I'm going to let you know associations are very, very powerful, ladies and gentlemen. And here's a bonus tip. Strategy number one, create a budget for your personal growth. Now, I'm gonna keep it real. The notes that I'm preaching from today, I probably came up with 10 years ago. Hold on. My admins to please isolate the noisemakers. These notes are actually from about 10 years ago. YouTube was not as prevalent as it is back then. Nowadays, y'all can jump on YouTube and really kind of find trainings, personal growth series, and different things from a lot of people for free. But when I started 20-something years ago, almost 30 years ago, no, we had to have a true budget. We were buying tapes, and it wasn't even CDs back then when I started, right? We were buying tapes. And we had to have a budget. But still, you need to have a budget. You need to have a budget for your boot camps and different things like that. I heard Will is about to start charging for, some trainers and things like that. You have to have a budget, ladies and gentlemen, for your personal growth. So it's just extra bonus tip for you when it comes to strategy number one is to create a budget for your personal growth. All right, let's go on to strategy number two. Always be willing to hone your network marketing skills or skill set. Always be willing to hone, develop, and train your network marketing skills. Your goal should be to have, watch this is a key. I'm going to give you this ahead of time. Key, your goal should be to have the best trained organization. Some of y'all may want to write that down. All right. Here's skills that everybody should know and hone in on and master. Number one, finding prospects. Number two, inviting. You need to know how to invite people to take a look at your project. All right. Number three, presenting. Please do not try to always leave it up to your upline or other people to present for your people. I was told back in the day, the person who is in front of the room makes the most money. And this is you saying this to a shy kid that just did not want to be in fire. I get on the mic and I start doing this, y'all. I start shaking. And it is what it is. But as very wealthy mentors tell me, Sonic, the person in front of the room is going to make the most money. That's because they have honed and trained and developed those training skills. So make sure that you know that skill set as well. So finding prospects, inviting, presenting, follow up is the next one. Follow up. All right. Next skill set that you need to master is closing. That ability to close people. Stop being afraid to ask for the money. Closing. Second to last one is getting people started. We call it onboarding here. Okay, so getting your people started. Some of y'all, I'll do 3 ways with you. We'll get the person in. I'm asking for the money. I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to do as that leader on a 3-way. And then you drop the ball and you're not getting them started properly. This is an important skill set, okay? Learn how to get people started properly, or what we call onboard. And then the last skill set you need to really learn and master is promoting events. Promoting events. And by the way, events can be live events like we do our boot camps. They can be special events like we're getting ready to do in Atlanta this weekend with Kenya and Charlotte. It can be getting on a call like this, getting on training calls, but you need to master promoting events. Do you know Don King made more money in boxing than most boxers and never threw a punch? He was a master promoter, ladies and gentlemen. Don't set yourself up where you're gonna get punched in the face. Just become a master promoter. you don't need to take them hits, right? So that's the last skill set that I want you guys to learn how to master. All right. Now, here's some homework for you. I want you to write down, because you don't have to do this now because I'm gonna get ready to go through the next strategy. But I want you to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. Where you are with those network marketing skills. And then I want you to rate your team on a scale of 1 to 10 on where they are in those network marketing skills. And you can kind of group them together. And some of you, Seymour got 720,000 people. So it's a little difficult to do that for everybody, but group them together and give yourself honest ratings and give your team honest ratings. And then I want you to rate yourself and your team 1 year from now and see what those numbers did. Okay, so write that down. You don't have to do the rating right now, but after we get off this call, take the time to go back over these notes and do that homework. This is important. That's important. All right. Strategy number 3, ladies and gentlemen. Master your product or service. Master your product or service. You want to become a passionate ambassador. A passionate ambassador. All right. You want to show public use of your products. Some of you are really, really good at that. You're putting up, reels and putting up posts about, how the pain cream has helped out and the black seed. I see it all the time, man. Congratulations. But you want to show public use. But watch this, not just online, in person as well. I think it was Seymour that told me the story of how he took some pain cream samples, right? Seymour, yeah, he took some pain cream samples to the people that he was working with, and he treated it like a drug. He was like, "I'm just gonna let you sample this, and just you tell me if it worked." And they came back to him like, "Hey, you got some more of that pain cream?" He's like, "I sure do. Here's how you order it." Right? Gave him a little sample. First sample is free, but you got to be willing to show public use, ladies and gentlemen, of your products. All right. Next thing is you got to be willing to train on your products. That means you're learning about them and then you're training your people about them. And I'm going to give you this hint because this is coming straight from the coach, right? From the master trainer. Those who master training have mastered the information, and it means it's easier for you to do consistently. Okay? So master training on your products. All right. With that, you got to be willing to gather customers. All right? Gather customers. And I want you to think to yourself, ask yourself this question right now. What if every team member that I have has 10 solid customers? How would it look? How would your organization look? How would your money look? And by the way, when I say 10 solid customers, 10 one-time customers, okay? I mean 10 customers on auto ship every month that love the products, they're committed to the products. What would your money now look like if you had every team had 10 solid customers? Is that where anybody wants to be? Right? Just at the bare minimum, All right. All right. Next strategy to supercharge your business, ladies and gentlemen. This is number 4, time management. Time management. But I'm going to switch this up and we're going to call this activity management. Why? Because you can't really manage time, but you can manage your activities. Some of y'all are going to get that on Thursday. All right. So we're going to call this one activity management. All right. I tell people all the time, treat your business like you treat your job. You should have specific hours. You should be willing to work sick, work late. Because some of y'all do that for your job, right? You show up still, even if you're not feeling good. You got the sniffles. You still show up. You work sick.
Oh yeah.
When the boss tells you, listen, I need you to stay 30 minutes for this meeting after work and everything. Oh my God! But you stay. Mm. But are you staying for your business? Mm. Okay. But I'm just giving you the strategies that I know work. Mm. Why? Because I've done all of these for years and years, and I had to take the time to sit and write and translate what are the skills necessary to help supercharge your business. This is how I came up with the training. All right. Be willing to set hours. What are your work hours on a weekly basis? What are your work hours? I talked about this in Orange Beach. Okay. Master 15-minute strategies to invite, prospect, do 3-ways, peak interest, different things like that. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to tell you this. Top leaders are fiercely protective of their time. Mm-hmm. Time is something that I hate when people waste. Because I can get money back, but I cannot get my time back. So you got to be protective of your time, but you have to be managing your time or your activities wisely, ladies and gentlemen. That's number 4. Strategy number 5, ladies and gentlemen, supercharge your business. Have a consistent method of operations. Have a consistent method of operations. And you may want to underline the word consistent, because doing the right activities consistently is what's going to get you to the top. Not doing it once, not doing it wrong, but doing the right activities consistently. You need to figure out what habits will serve you the best in your network marketing career. What habits will serve you the best in your network marketing career? When I trained in Orange Beach, I asked you, what is your daily method of operations? Write that down. Have that develop. What is your daily? Because that's going to tell. I had a mentor that always told me this. He said, Sonic, if you show me your calendar, I can tell you how much money you make. And in my calendar, like I can, I'm on my tablet right now. I can't do it right now. But I can pull up my calendar and you can see in my calendar, I have time set up for different activities. Calling and prospecting, following up, posting the groups, like I have time set up. What is your daily method of operations? All right. Where am I? All right. And I say daily, I mean daily. Watch this. Make a plan for your day. In that plan, you should have development. You should have using your products or services, right? You should have sharing your products. You should have sharing the opportunity with others on a daily basis. I was talking to I have a leadership group which I put together a while ago, And I was talking to some of the people in that leadership group, asking them, what if you, first of all, what if you just had one productive conversation a day? Just one. What would that do for your business? If every day, you know what? You can even take the weekends off if you want to. But if 5 days out of the 7 every week, you had one productive conversation which led to somebody being exposed to your business, how would your business change? Sorry, I'm giving away some of my leadership stuff. That's not what it's called. All right. But daily, ladies and gentlemen, daily. Use your products, share your opportunity, and promote events on a daily basis. On a weekly basis, plan your weeks. Plan your weeks. What accomplishments are you looking to get accomplished on a weekly basis? What are your trouble areas? A lot of people don't want to go here. What are your trouble areas? And what events are you promoting on a weekly basis as well? All right. You should have a monthly plan. So we talked about a daily plan, a weekly plan. You should have a monthly plan as well. You should have a quarterly plan, and you should have a yearly plan. And you want to be consistent. Told you, underline that word. All right, that was number 5, ladies and gentlemen. Hope y'all keeping up. If not, you got the replay. All right, number 6. Number 6 strategy to supercharge your business. What are your duplication strategies? What are your duplication strategies? I'm going to encourage you to simplify things so that everyone can duplicate. Simplify things so that everyone can duplicate. And this includes tools, this includes systems, and everything else. There's some leaders on this call. I know people like myself, we got to sometimes fight complexity. We like to overcomplicate some things. And it's just how our brain is wired. And we got to fight that. Listen, keep everything simple so that everyone can duplicate. This is so key. This is so key. But number 6 is your duplication strategies. Strategy number 7. Kind of mentioned this a little bit earlier, but we're going to deep dive into it really quick. Events. What are your event strategies? Ladies and gentlemen, you must consistently promote the next event. Again, I don't care if it's a boot camp. I don't care if it's a regional meeting. I don't care if it's a home meeting. Some of y'all need to get back to doing that. I don't care if it's a training call. I don't care if it's an opportunity call. These are all events. And if you're not consistently promoting them, you're missing out on money. What is your event strategy? Boot camp should be non-negotiable, for leaders to grow. If the training is valuable enough for you to be there, boot camp should always be non-negotiable. Top earners are, write this down, ladies and gentlemen, top earners are event promoting machines. Top earners are event promoting machines. The one thing about the in-person events, personal interaction changes a lot of people's perception. Anybody ever gone to a boot camp or something where it's an in-person event and like some light bulbs hit, or you get to meet people of like-minded interest? Like, I'm telling y'all, and this is critical for you, not only for you, but for your team members, right? So personal interactions change people's perception. That sounds like a tongue twister I made up. But events need to become non-negotiable. Non-negotiable. And thank you for everybody that's popping up in the chat. I appreciate your interaction as well. All right, strategy number eight to supercharge your business. Your communication strategies. How well have you mastered email, social media, phone calls, text messages, conference calls, webinars, 3-ways, making videos or audios or YouTubes or how well are you mastering these strategies under communication strategies and applying them? All right. By the way, here's a tip for you really quick. The organization that is the most connected, that have mastered the phone calls and the three ways, that's the organization that wins. When you master social media, when you master YouTube, when the organization that is the most connected wins, where do you want you and your squad? All right. And by the way, I talked about taprooting all the time. Be willing to taproot down into your organization and find who's who, because it may not be the person that you brought in. You may bring in somebody who brings in somebody who brings in somebody, but that person right there, that's your next go-to superstar. All right, get them, make sure that they know these skills and they're connected. All right, strategy number 9, be willing to map out your year. Kind of touched on this when we were talking about, what was that, number 5, consistent method of operations, but be able to map out your year. You need to be scheduling periods of high levels of recruiting. You need to be scheduling periods of high level of recruiting. Okay, you need to be scheduling periods of gathering your customers. You need to be scheduling periods of doing contests for your team. So if you're on your paper right now, you should, on one line, this is how I did it on my paper when I first came up with this training, is make some like a timeline, some dashes going all the way through 12 dashes, and just put a J and an F for January, February, March through all 12 of those, like all across this time, right? And then you can have running a contest in January. Boot camp was in February. March, I'm doing a customer blast. I'm doing a black seed oil, whatever. Map out your year so that you know what's coming up. I got to get ready because I'm about to do this full blast on, fulvic acid. I'm about to do you notice how Tina and all of them, how she schedules these different what do you call them? The not fast. Good Lord. Come on, somebody. There you go. See, all y'all muted, so nobody knows what's going to me out. Boxes, right? Yeah. Right. She schedules these. Now, Tina's so brilliant. She schedules them around moon cycles and everything else. Right? but they're on paper. Listen, I told you to follow what the top earners do, right? Find out their strategies. Be willing to map out your strategy on a yearly basis. Have your year plan for what I'm doing. And oh, by the way, yes. Should you be repeating stuff? Yes, that's the answer to the question. So you'll have boot camp on February and boot camp on September, right? You'll have, you can be running contests, 3 or 4 months out of the year. You can be whatever. Be creative, but you want to have that ability to map out your year to know what's coming up next month and get prepared for it. All right. Strategy number 10, right on time, right? All right, strategy number 10. What is your campaign strategy? So this is kind of a little bit of going back to the last one, but your campaign strategy. What do you mean by campaign? I'm not running for office. No, but watch this. These are times during the year where you have short-term bursts of a run on something. I think Will mentioned he's thinking about doing another 90-day accountability group. So he's done 90-day accountability groups. Some people do 30-day runs. With me and my organization, my squad, I do 40 days and 40 nights. That is biblical. We kind of talked about that on the last trainer, right? But I do runs for 40 days, 40 nights, right? And you can have product campaigns, you can have recruiting campaigns, home meeting campaigns. I'll get back to that, right? Convention registration campaigns. I'm running in my organization, I got 20 people, and we're running this campaign. Every single person is registered for the campaign. That kind of goes back to promoting events as well, right? But tools and system campaigns, like have times during the year where you have these short-term bursts of what we call a run on something, and watch what happens to your business and your organization's business as a result. Space them out through the year, right? And then continue to recruit your entire organization into this campaign. So look, for the month of April, we're running 40 days and 40 nights. I need to know who's in. And for the month of May, we're gonna run a customer or title run. Let's see who gets the most titles, whatever it is. Okay? But that's strategy number 10. Told you I'm gonna give you 10 strategies, but I'm gonna give you this bonus strategy because I appreciate y'all so much. This is something one of my mentors taught me a while ago, and I'll never forget it, and I still live by it. Ladies and gentlemen, write this down. Success loves speed. Success loves speed. What does that mean? Isn't it really hype or exciting when you see, man, this person just hit diamond in X amount of days, or, this person did. Success loves speed. And when people are watching you, because they are, on social media, and they see, I don't even know what these positions are, but how did you go from this influencer to bronze and what are you doing? It gets the attention of people. Success loves speed, ladies and gentlemen. This is what you need to be willing to do. Take an evening, like 4 hours. Take a day, take a full day, 12 hours, right? 9 to 9, 10 to 10, whatever you want to do. And go crazy. See how many phone calls you can make. See how many 3-ways you can set up. See how many presentations you can do or get into the hands of others, right? Like make it your goal. I'm gonna take these 12 hours. I'm gonna make 200 calls. Success loves speed. And people are more afraid to lose of what they have to lose than what they have to gain. So when you start talking to people and you're telling people, listen, all I know is this thing is on fire and people are coming from miles around to watch us burn. You want to get in on this now because I got 30 more phone calls that I'm about to make. And here's the reality. It's a first mover's advantage. So those who get in first can definitely, y'all got the opportunity to have people come under you and you don't even know who they are. How would you like to start getting paid based on what I'm about to do? So, success loves speed. Okay? Bonus strategy for you, that will be number 11. If you did 12 hours a day, if you took Saturday and Sunday, you just did that 2 days, because some of y'all are still working and everything else, and you ran this for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, I promise you your life will change. Now, here's the problem. Most people are not going to do it. Why? I still have not figured this out. Maybe it's the Pareto principle. I trained on that in Orlando a few years ago. Right? That's the 80-20 rule, by the way. 80% of y'all are just going to take notes and put your notebook in or wherever you put it. 20% of y'all are going to take these notes. You're going to go back. You're going to do the work. You're going to go, let me get my January, February, March, April, May. Let me do my rate myself 1 through 10, rate my team once. Only 20% of y'all are going to do that. I don't know why. I'm going to give you the goods, but it's going to be up to you. And so that's why I told you, for those that were in my chat and everything else, I'm going to give you these 10 strategies, but what you do with them is what's going to make the difference, ladies and gentlemen. So with that being said, that is today's training. I hope you got some value from it. If you have a relevant question or concern or anything to this particular training, please, by all means, unmute yourself and ask your question while we're on recording, and we'll hold everything else to after the recording is over. So does anybody have any comments, questions, or concerns that they want to address while we are still recording? Your hand up, but I can't see everything, so go ahead and unmute yourself. I think that's Gwen.
Can you tell me number 8 again? I kind of
Nope, but watch this. Who can tell her number 8? This is how I see who was taking notes.
Communication strategies.
Maybe.
I was gonna say watch the replay.
Communication strategy, emails, phone calls, texts, videos, reels. How well are you mastering them and applying them?
Oh, thank you very much, Stephanie. Good note takers. That's what I'm looking for. We're looking to see who's
I'm
done.
sorry. I had that one. I meant number 6.
What are your duplication strategies?
Okay.
Testing y'all.
My answer still applies.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Thank you for those that took these notes. I appreciate you. That was a test. That's why I said I wasn't going to answer it, Gwen. But I'd have got you the information. All right,
Thank you, everybody.
you.
Even Tommy.
Even Tommy. All right.
Gwen, you were just testing them, right?
That's right, even Tommy, because note takers are money makers. Mark that.
Well, that's why I was trying to make sure I got the right note. I missed number 6. I want my notes.
Hey guys, I kind of sort of merged number 9 and 10 together. Can somebody help me out?
9 was mapping out your year, and 10 was campaign strategies.
Thank you very much. I kind of sort of ran them together, so I couldn't see where to put 10 at. I got the notes. I just couldn't.
No problem. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, again, I hope you guys got some value from today's training. And if you didn't, well, I didn't do my job effectively, or you just weren't paying attention. I don't know. One of us is to blame. But in any case, no, I truly appreciate you guys that joined us live.
I got a question, Coach. I'll ask a question nobody else wants to ask. When you're talking about, let me consult my notebook.
Background.
Oh, we're gonna have to mute something here.
Or somebody mute that for me.
I got it.
All right, go ahead, Thomas.
So I'm going to consult my notes. And when you're talking about number 9, being willing to map out your year, and you put your lines, January, February, March, April, May, do you find that there's a particular order of events or strategies that follow one another, that benefit one another, like one thing will roll into the next thing? Or what is the strategy behind that mapping out? Because that way you're not pulling all willy-nilly out of the clouds for what you want to do that month.
The answer to the question is yes and no. There are certain strategies because we know typically, they say that the summertime is slow months for network marketers, and that October through December times are fast times because of the holidays and different things like that. In the health and wellness industry, which we're really part of, January is a big month because New Year's resolutions. I want to lose weight. I want to do this. So there is a strategy, but I don't have the strategy to give you. I want you to be able to clearly, and you have to make this comfortable for you. Not everybody's going to be comfortable running contests, but it's a definite strategy that works, right? And so, but I want you to be able to come up with what is conducive for you and your organization. But strategically, yes, there are certain times of the years where you may want to run certain contests or whatever. You know that the summertime is going to be slow with business. Well, you know what? Not for me and my organization. Why? Because we're going to be running a recruiting blitz come June and things like that. So, but I want you to be able to put that together. And you personally, Tommy, man, you got so much experience in the industry and everything else, so you already kind of know some of this stuff. But that was a great question. And so the answer to the question is yes, but I'm not giving it to you because I want things personalized for individuals on what's going to make them comfortable. All right.
And I'll piggyback on that.
I can't stop you if I wanted to, champ. Go ahead, bro. Nah, go ahead, bro.
If you think about it, every month of the year is some type of holiday. If you go to the Walmart or any of these stores, you're gonna see stuff set up for every single year, day of the month. Month of the year. So January, like you say, you got the health and wellness, so you can push your health and wellness business. February, what you got? Valentine's Day, so you push the product for lovemaking. March, we got spring break. April, Easter. May, Mother's Day. June, Father's Day. July, 4th of July holiday. August, back to, you got summer, September, back to school, October, Halloween. So every month there's some type of holiday that what we do, we go out and we spend money. The most expensive holiday is, a lot of people think it's Christmas, it's Halloween. For that one day, people spend over $9 billion just on buying a costume that they're going to use one day, throw it away, and then next year go back and buy another one. So if you can spend that money on all of these holidays, you can put it in your mindset of what product that we have that you can go out and do a promotion for that month. Okay. And because we got the products, what's one of our mottos? We got an oil for that, for everything, right? We got a product for everything. So every month, break it down, and if it's a promotion, if it's like you say a blitz, if it's just have it something set up for that specific month for those 30 days with your team, and you can't go wrong.
That's why he is the coach and diamond that he is, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for sharing that, Seymour. You were right on the money with that. And that is something that I've taught many times, but that slipped my mind. But yeah, absolutely correct. We're designed here in America. I don't know how it is across every country, but with something, we'll take our money every month, or they try to anyway. But listen, you're a business owner, ladies and gentlemen. Think like a business owner. Get in the habit of taking money too. Return for it, right? But yeah, it's the same thing. Thank you.
Can I say something, Coach?
Hey.
Okay, so I was at a loss. It was like, I know you all say that you have not talked to everybody, but I just didn't know which way to go. So the other day was my birthday, and I got like close to 500 birthday wishes on Facebook. People I didn't even know, the majority of them. So every day since then, I have a script, and I've been messaging these people saying, thank you for the birthday wish. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I just relaunched my health store, and I'm getting responses. I've gotten a couple of orders. I got a couple of people that's interested in but it's like, I'm just like, kind of like overwhelmed. So it's like every day I've been sending out 70, because I turned 70. So I've been sending out 70 messages on Facebook to those people. And I have hundreds and hundreds. I don't even know who these people are. They're not close friends, because, forget them. So this is some new blood. So that's a great idea. I thought if you have a birthday coming up, you're going to get people you don't know. Hit them up. Hit them up.
I agree. And listen, on that strategy, Will shared with me one time. He would purposely put the wrong birthdays up, and people would try to wish him happy birthday and everything else. And he would use that exact strategy. He was like, "Hey man, thank you so much for wishing me happy birthday. It's really nice." Boom,
Are you serious?
Yeah, some of y'all about birthday, so like next week, I see it already. Some of y'all looking, I see the evil. No, I'm just messing with y'all. But yes,
Tommy did it.
Thank you for sharing as well. We got another time in here, Mr. Liz.
He know I did it because he reached out to me and said, it ain't your birthday. Because we knew what was up, though.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What you got,
Let me
Liz?
tell you something I do also. Since we're talking about the birthday thing. And I do this mostly with my hot market because I know strangers not going to do anything with it. I have over 600 and I think it's 695 gift cards. And what I do is for everybody that's in my hot market that wish me happy birthday, I send them a text back and I say, man, thanks for the happy birthday. Hey, check this out. For this up for appreciation. There's a code. Take this code, go to this website, purchase a product, and use a gift card. It's gonna take $25 off your gift card. Yeah, the product. So basically, you can get some of my products for free, and that's how I do it. That's how I get rid of some of my gift cards because I got so many of them. So that's a lot of little clue you can do, and you can use that with your hot market. A lot of strangers gonna be like, might not do anything with it, but people that you personally know, you can send them a gift card with a link and then say, look, you can use this gift card. And when people see the 25, they thinking it's 25%. So I make sure and I said $25. And when they go $25 off, and I say, yeah, it's like, wow, that's amazing. So they looking at it differently now. Instead of maybe just 25% of a product cost, they looking at $25. You got a bottle of black seed oil for shipping and handling, So that's another strategy you can use. That's why my hot market is so, progressive, where it always works for me, because I come up with ways to make sure that I might ask you one time for a purchase. Even the ones that did the one time purchase, I send them a gift card as a thank you card. Hey, if you saw something else that you wanted to get, hey, look, here's a $25 discount that you can use to get that product if you want later on. And it gets them back inside that website.
Man, I hope some of y'all are still taking notes, that you did not stop when I stopped talking, because some of these people are dropping some major jewels. So thank y'all all for sharing. Thank you so much for that, Seymour. All right. We got Liz's hand that was up. Liz, you want to talk to me?
All right. I told myself I wasn't going to get on tonight because I just got done some traveling and my voice is very hoarse. But I won't shut up. So I guess I ain't in here. But I just wanted to comment when we're talking about the holidays, and this is something I learned years ago in retail, but plan ahead for holidays. A lot of people make the mistake of waiting until February to post for Valentine's. And they wait until June to post for Father's Day. Realistically, what you're going to want to do is actually plan your posting for a holiday prior to that so that people have time to order that product for the holiday. You'll see a lot of people out there posting the day after 4th of July for hangover oil. What are they going to do with it then? They already got their hangover. Now, granted, you can say, hey, don't feel like this next time. But think about if you would have posted about that 2 weeks prior to 4th of July. So just make sure that you're thinking ahead when you decide what campaigns you're doing. And also another thing to look at, like I was saying in the chat, like April, I'll be doing, because it's Autism Awareness Month, I will be doing all of our products every day. I'll be doing something about a product that pertains to one of the symptoms of autism and how it benefits autism. Sorry again, I'm sorry, I'm so exhausted today, but I just have to get this out. Along with autism awareness posts, in general, for some educational purposes. Some will do for, the products, but any product that I share during April will intertwine with my autism awareness, because that's what the month is for. Just like in October, breast care awareness, go with that theme for the month and stick to it, because there are people that are very, very passionate about that. And when you're showing that support of something you also believe in, and the products, people are going to be more apt to listen to it. And people that may not normally see your posts will start seeing them. But again, when it comes to the holidays, just think ahead of time. Because like I was using you know, we have Easter on April 20th. That works out nice. But a lot of the holidays, say the first 2 weeks of the month, get out there ahead of it. Get out there a month ahead and prepare for the holiday coming the following month. That's what they do in retail. That's why you see people pushing the day after Halloween. They already got Christmas stuff out. Why? Because people prepared for holidays well ahead of time. So just keep that in mind when you're out there promoting for holidays. That's all.
Thank you so much,
All right.
ladies.
I don't think I can talk much more, but that was all I had.
No problem. We definitely appreciate that tidbit of information. That kind of goes in line, ladies and gentlemen, with number 9 and number 10, right? Planning out your year and those campaigns. So great information. Thank you so much for sharing. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we have reached our time for today. As you know, I try to keep it short and sweet, or at least shorter and sweeter. But if we go over sometimes, we go over sometimes. But thank you for everybody that has joined us live again, and then for those that are watching the replay. I hope you got some valuable information that can change your life, but more importantly, help your business. Again, my name is Sonic Jones. I appreciate you guys, and I am Rosalind's baby boy. Y'all be blessed. Have a great day.